Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be covering 30 questions. Question number 1. Le strisce retroriflettenti laterali devono essere apposte sugli autocarri di massa complessiva a pieno carico inferiore a 3,5 tonnellate. The answer to this question here is falso, because when it comes to this stretcher, you will only see them in auto carry load higher than 3.5 tons. And the question said you will see those stretcher on auto carry load lower than 3.5 tons, which is falso. In semaforo di corsia reversibile in figura indica la corsia riservata ai sorpasso. The question said this semaforo here is referring to corsia di sorpasso, which is falso. Remember, when it comes to this semaforo here, you can only see it in a road that is doppio senso di circolazione, which means there will be vehicles coming from the opposite direction. And when it turns red, it means you can't proceed on that lane. And if it turns yellow, it means it's directing you to move to the next corsia. And once it turns green, then you can proceed. You can only see this semaphore if the road have at least 3 corsia and the road is doppio senso di circolazione, which means when it turns red, you are actually making way for the vehicles coming from the opposite direction to pass. So if you're new here and you want to study all the argomenti, all you need to do is to go to the playlist and you see the argomento playlist. Go through the video, and if there's anything you don't understand, let me know that the video and I will be here to reply you. In segnale raffigurato preannuncia una strada disestata. The question said this sign is referring to a road in a bad condition, which is falso. Which is falso because this is a sign of bacchina pericolosa, which is letting you know the edge of the road will be dangerous, so you need to drive with caution. But the one of strada deformata is this sign here, which tells you the road is in a bad condition or there will be potholes on that part of the road, so you need to drive with caution. You need to slow down, regulate your speed, and be ready to stop if necessary. In segnale raffigurato vieta in transito agli autoveicoli con motore alimentata a gas liquido. So the question is letting you know this sign here prohibits the passage of vehicles that are using gas, which is falso. Remember, when it comes to this sign, it has nothing to do with what the vehicle is using. Let's say your vehicle is using fuel or GPL, gas. That does not refer to this sign at all. This sign is only letting you know vehicles carrying dangerous goods cannot pass this part of the road. So it's not what the car is using, it's rather what the car is carrying. Il marciapiede consente la sosta dei veicoli solo in presenza di apposite strisce di parcheggio. So the question is letting you know, on marciapiede you can only park your car if there is parcheggio line there, which is vero, because on marciapiede you can actually park your car if there is line telling you here is parcheggio for vehicles. So you can't just park your car if there is no line there telling you you are free to park your vehicle there. So nella strada rappresentata la corsia centrale è a doppio senso di circolazione. The question says, on this road, the middle lane is doppio senso di circolazione, which is falso. Pay attention, the question is referring to la corsia, not la carreggiata. Because if you look clearly, you see on this road we have 3 carreggiate, which is the first one, which is senso unico, the middle one, which is doppio senso di circolazione, and the third one, which is senso unico. So if the question is referring to just one lane being senso unico, the answer is falso, because la corsia is just one lane that allows the transit of just one line of vehicle. So it's very difficult for a corsia to just be doppio senso di circolazione. It's impossible because it's only allow one line of vehicle. La striscia bianca laterale discontinua in figura divide la carreggiata da una corsia di accelerazioni. The question said, this discontinuous line here divide the road from corsia di accelerazione. The answer to this question here is vero, because as you can see, when it comes to this discontinuous line, it actually divide the carreggiata from corsia di accelerazione, which means before any vehicle enter into the highway, the vehicle need to drive to this discontinuous part before it can enter the highway. Let's say on this place we have stretcher continua, which is this one here. That means the vehicles can't enter the highway from there because the line is still continua. That place is still dangerous. They need to drive to that discontinuous part before they will be able to enter into the highway. Il segnale raffigurato vieta in transito unicamente ai veicoli a motore. The answer to this question here is falso, because the question says this sign only prohibits the passage of vehicles with engine, which is falso. Il segnale raffigurato presegnala un confine di stato con obbligo di arrestarsi. The question says this sign is referring to the border of another country where you need to stop. The answer to this question here is falso, because this is alt polizia, letting you know there is a police roadblock on that part of the road where you need to stop for control. So a police roadblock is different from the border of another country. Il segnale raffigurato indica che nei giorni e nelle ore indicate è vietata la sosta ai mezzi di polizia. The question says this sign is telling you the days and the time on the sign prohibits the parking of the vehicles for cleaning, which means prohibit the parking of cleaning vehicles. The answer to this question here is falso, because this sign here is only telling you the time where or when you can't park your vehicle. Let's say, for example, from Monday to Friday, from 9 to 4, you can't park your vehicle because they will be cleaning that part of the road. So anytime you see this sign, this is divieto di sosta, and under divieto di sosta, we have cleaning vehicle on it, letting you know within this time frame, they will be cleaning that part of the road, so you can't park your vehicle there. Il segnale raffigurato è posto in corrispondenza di un percorso riservato alle biciclette. The question said this sign is placed close to that part of the road made for just bicycles. The answer to this question here is vero, because you only see this sign close to the part of the road made for only bicycles. Nel semaforo in figura, le frecce verde accese, rivolte verso alto, indicano che si può proseguire in tutte le direzioni. The question says, if you see this semaphore and the green light is pointing up, which is a green arrow, it means you can go to any direction you want to go. The answer to the question here is falso. If you're driving and you come across a traffic light like this, and you can see the green light pointing up, which is a green arrow, it means you need to go straight. It means the arrow is letting you know the only direction you need to go is straight. And if it's pointing right, it means at that junction you need to turn right. And if it's pointing straight and left, it means you either go straight or you go left. So any direction the arrow is pointing to, you need to follow that direction. Una zona a traffico limitato è un'area in cui può essere limitata la circolazione dei veicoli solo in alcune ore. So the question is letting you know, when you see this sign, which is zona a traffico limitato, is that part of the road where some vehicles can't park within a given time. They can't pass that part of the road within a given time, which is vero. Merely looking at the sign, you see we have under the sign, we have the vehicles that can pass, and we have time indicated on the sign, letting you know this part of the road is a zone that is not open to all vehicles. But if you need to pass this part of the road, you can pass within this time frame. Il segnale raffigurato obbliga ad arrestarsi prima di attraversare il ponte. So the question is letting you know, if you see this sign, it is obligated that you need to stop before you pass the bridge? The answer to this question here is falso, because this sign is a sign of punta mobile, letting you know you are going towards that part of the road where you come across the bridge. You need to drive with caution. You need to watch out because there is always a red light there. So if the red light turns on, you wait because the bridge is about to open. But if the red light turns off, it means then you can pass. As you can see this diagram here, you can see we have a red light regulating the bridge. So anytime it turns on, the bridge is about to open, and when it's off, now you can proceed. Il segnale raffigurato obbliga ad arrestarsi soltanto in caso di incrocio con altri veicoli. So the question is letting you know this sign obligates you to stop only where there is other vehicles passing that part of the road. The answer to this question here is falso, because this is a sign of fermarsi e dare precedenza, which means even though there is no vehicle coming on that part of the road, you still need to stop, watch the both sides to be sure there's no vehicle coming before you continue. La corsia può essere a doppio senso di circolazione. So the question is letting you know the lane can be two-way drive. The answer to this question here is falso. Remember, la corsia is just one lane on the road that allows the passage of only one lane of vehicles, which means it's either they are going front or they are coming from the opposite direction. The corsia cannot be doppio senso di circolazione. So if you are new here, doppio senso di circolazione simply means two-way drive, where you will be going to a certain direction and there will be vehicles coming from the opposite direction. While we have senso unico, which is one-way drive, where all the vehicles will be going towards just one direction. You can only have doppio senso di circolazione or senso unico on the carreggiata, which means la carreggiata can be doppio senso di circolazione and la carreggiata can be senso unico. But la corsia cannot be doppio senso di circolazione, because for you to have doppio senso di circolazione, you need to have at least two lanes. La striscia di mezzo in figura non consente il sorpasso in ogni caso. The question says this striscia continua, which is this continued line at the middle, does not allow overtaking in any case. The answer to this question here is falso, because remember, even though there is striscia continua at the middle, you can still overtake a vehicle, but without crossing that line. Let's say, for example, you're driving and there's a motorcycle close to you. You can actually overtake that motorcycle without crossing the striscia continua. So you can do your thing, overtake biciclette, overtake motorcycle, but don't cross the line.